Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 8. The writing is on the wall. Okay, we start with Mary reminding us that she's moving her clothing business to Parowan. Not herself, just her businesses will be there. But, nothing like moving your businesses 5 hours away from where you live. Nothing to worry about, Robin. Now, last week she told Robin, and she has asked Robin to be there when she tells Cody. I don't know, because for some reason he hears what Robin has to say, but not what Mary has to say. Does it matter either way, Mary? This could have been a text. Well, not even. I feel like Mary could have just, after she told Robin, said, and would you mind relaying that information to Cody? Cody would have been fine with that. All right, so we're starting off with that meeting, and Cody and Robin have driven to Mary's house separately. Why? It's so ridiculous to pretend that he doesn't live with Robin full time. And does anybody think that he's not just coming from her house? Like Mary? Who are you trying to trick? Nobody in your family even cares anymore. I know Mary doesn't. She knows where all your stuff is. She's been there for Christmas. He's clearly made his choice, and it's, to live in a Cracker Barrel with Robin. You guys, I finally figured out what seemed so familiar about Robin's decor. It looks like they're living in that country store in the front of a Cracker Barrel. They just got the same designer to put one in her home. It's the wall of old-timey candy, candle section, some very expensive grandma clothing over to one side. So in Cody's confessional, he said, I never know why Mary's calling me over to her house. It's just, hey, can you come over and talk to me? And I'm just like, okay, I just leave it at that. Oh my God, he can't even be bothered to pretend to care why Mary wants to talk because he doesn't give a single fuck. It could be anything and it wouldn't matter. I just called you over here to tell you I love you, Cody. Okay. Cody, I'm getting married. Okay. I killed someone, Cody. Okay. It just doesn't matter. But in this case, you know that Robin has coached him on what to say. You know she did. She came home from Mary's. I know she told him what Mary said and what she's doing. And she coached him on how to respond. Mary's going to tell you she's moving her business. I want you to respond like this and this. You still give her hope, give her some rope to hang on to. Whatever it is, I know she coached him. But this was so weird because they made this big effort to drive there separately. Yet, I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but Cody got there slightly before Robin and he just waited in his car. He waited in his car for Robin so that they could walk in together. So, I'm sorry, if Mary's not looking out her window, she's going to think you guys just drove together anyway. What was the big show of coming in two cars? So dumb. Again, in Cody's confessional, he said, Mary and I don't really have a marriage, and Robin is very sensitive when Mary's around, that we keep our distance. Yeah, it's bizarre. Because they're at her kitchen island and Cody is at the far end. Robin is at the other end and Mary's just on the other side of the island close to Robin. But anyway, he's like, Robin likes to keep her distance in front of Mary or any other wife. We've discussed this for years. Other polygamous families are able to show affection in front of the others, but we've never been able to do that. In Mary's confessional, she says, when he and I are in a good place, I don't mind seeing him affectionate with another wife because I know, we're good, he and I. But when we're not, it hurts. So we just came to the conclusion that it's best if we just don't show affection in front of the other wives. And that's how it's always been. So it's kind of weird that Cody's having an issue with it now. Yeah, I think the issue is that he wants to show the other wives what being loyal and obedient can get you. Well, not you, Mary. But Janelle, it doesn't matter what you do. He does not want you. In Cody's confessional, he says he wants to be able to show his love for Robin and for them to be able to find solace in each other. But with all the troubles with the other wives, they haven't been able to. This is not a safe place for us. Huh? What are you talking about? No one is even around you and Robin anymore to care. I mean, other than Mary. That stray's not going anywhere. She's just going to hang around hoping for some table scraps to fall. So finally, Mary says, thank you for coming over, which, by the way, never a sentence that a wife should have to say to her own husband, but okay. She said, I told this to Robin the other day that I spit it out, Mary. Are you afraid he's going to pop a bottle of champagne? Are you afraid he's going to be like so excited that he jumps up and down? I mean, I'm shocked at how hard it is for her to say this when she knows that what she's about to tell him will make him happy, or at the very least, he won't care one way or the other. So she says, I'm going to downsize and move my clothing business to the B&B. Cody, even though we both know he has been coached by Robin ahead of time, still can't contain himself from smiling. Still cannot contain that grin from ear to ear. Mary looks frightened almost. Cody looks delighted. He's just like this. Tell me more. Are you never going to be around here anymore? Mary goes, so I'll just be spending more time up there, Cody. Cool. That's good, right? Or is it just because you have to? I wasn't sure what he was referring to, but I mean, maybe the B&B is not making the money she had hoped it would make. There's only 4 rooms, and I don't know, maybe it's just costing more to run it than, I don't know why he said that, but in Robin's confessional, she's like, Mary said Cody wouldn't care. And I'm like, please say the right thing right now. Please give her something to hang on to. So Mary goes, I'm sorry, I'm just distracted by your ring. She says to Cody, that's a different ring. So Cody has replaced his wedding ring, which I'm not exactly sure if you could call it a wedding ring. I think in plural marriage, like the man doesn't really usually wear a ring or something like that. I'm not sure. But in this particular family, in the Brown family, all the wives, when they have joined the family, they all wear claddagh rings. And I think I remember one Christmas, they got Cody a claddagh ring. So it was kind of symbolic at the very least. And it was, you know, like wedding rings for all of them. Well, Cody has apparently recently replaced his with a chunky horse ring. And Cody's just looking at Robin. Robin's looking at him. Everyone's super awkward. And Mary goes, oh, was I not supposed to say anything? And Cody goes, oh, it's just a ring. And Robin's like, yeah, it's a cool ring, right? Cody, yeah, cool ring. Okay, well, stop saying that. It's not. It's a horse. And Mary goes, wow, that sounded awkward. I didn't mean to step in the middle of something there. In her confessional, Mary's like, you know, if you didn't want me to see the ring, then why wear it over to my house? Yeah. So dumb. All right, so we cut to another scene, and apparently Garrison, Janelle and Cody's son, has bought a house there in Flagstaff, and Christine has come into town to see Garrison's house, and also, I guess, his brother Gabriel and Christine's daughter Gwendolyn are going to move in as roommates. Now, nobody seems excited about this. I mean, Janelle or Christine. Christine says in her confessional that she's very reticent about Gwen moving in with them. Politically, they're very different. Gwen has a dog. Gabe has his own dog. I guess Garrison has a cat. So the moms are a little nervous about it. And to be honest with you, again, this is filmed so long ago that I'm not sure if in present time that ended up happening at all, because Gwen is married now. And I seem to remember even before she was married that she was living with her fiance somewhere in an apartment. And I don't think it was with Garrison and Gabe. So I'm curious to know if she ever ended up moving in or not. I'm going to guess not. And Gabe, I don't know. Anyway, they're looking at the bedrooms now. Garrison says that one of the rooms is smaller, but it has much larger closets. And then the other room has a small closet, but it's quite a bit bigger. And Gwen said, well, I might need to compensate for lack of closet space because I came out. Okay. I know that she was trying to make a joke about coming out of the closet, but it was a little bit awkward the way she said it. So nobody quite know what to do, but then Christine starts laughing, so then they all start laughing, and it's a little awkward. Christine tells us in her confessional that Gwen came out like a year ago. So again, Gabe and Garrison are biological brothers, but Gwen, they're really right about the same. I almost think Gwen and Gabe are the same age. In any case, they grew up as siblings. So to them, it feels like she's their sister. Gabriel, in his confessional, he said, the family right now, to use an analogy, it's like we all abandoned ship and we're on different lifeboats. And like every individual mom is doing a great job of like keeping their unit together. Garrison, this is all just so awkward. Garrison is now letting them know right away that like they're going to have to sign a lease and that he wants Janelle and Christine to be co-signers. So in case anybody, wants to move out, he'll get his money, which feels kind of funny for you to say that about your sister and brother. But on the other hand, I kind of get it. It's almost better to just get it out in the open now rather than to have something super awkward later that will cause problems with your relationship and all that. It's hard to be like doing business with family, right? Okay, back at Mary's house, we get another piece of Cody's confessional where he said, I think the more time Mary spends at the B&B, the better it is for her. It's like her safe and happy place. Yeah, for her. The better it is for her. So Cody says, is it because you were having a hard time finding help at the B&B? And Mary said, no, it's just since my mom passed last year, I'm spending a lot of time on the road and, I'm not able to focus on either of my businesses well. So I just want them in the same spot. So Cody doesn't know if Mary's doing this to try to get him to say, no, Mary, don't go. But I'm not going to do that, he says. Yeah, we know. Believe me. We know you're not going to say that. He says, I see the writing on the wall. I'm just waiting for her to catch up. Ugh, you're so gross. Just put her out of her misery. Find some kindness in your heart, Cody, and tell her you want a divorce. Do it for her. So Robin tells Cody that she was upset when Mary told her. I still think she's coaching him. Like, this was my reaction, Cody. I was upset that Mary was leaving. So that's a little hint. Let's pick up from there. No, she just said, so I mean, we're just going to have to, schedule stuff. And Cody's like, huh? Well, he's not getting it. There's no part of Cody that can imagine in any scenario why Mary would need to be around, what needs to be scheduled. I'm sure Robin is thinking of like when the kids have a birthday party or something, we just need to like schedule it for a time when Mary can be there and that kind of thing. So yeah, Cody's like, huh? What's the issue? And Robin goes, well, for us to see each other. Cody, oh. And Mary's like, Cody's scowling at you, Robin. Yeah, he was. In his confessional, he said, Mary and Robin are acting like we're still in a family. And what I'm gathering from Robin is Mary needs to be around because she's your wife. And I'm like, man, I don't need that kind of pressure from you. Oh, so he's actually getting mad at Robin for reminding him that Mary is still his wife. And for Robin's part, she's very frustrated that she can't control what happened between Cody and Christine or what's going on between Cody and Janelle. But Mary is at least still trying to hold on to the family, and Cody is not helping. No, he's not. It's Kind of the opposite of helping. All right, back to the good time girls. Christine tells the kids that she tried to get Janelle to move into the townhouse that's connected to her townhouse, but Janelle rejected me, and they're all laughing. And she's like, I'm not trying to pressure you, kind of. And Janelle goes, kind of, and they're laughing some more. Janelle said, it's all on the table for me because I would love to be near Maddie and the babies too. And Christine's like, oh, yes. Janelle said, so maybe we have a bunch of houses all over the country. And Christine goes, yes, seriously, let's do that. Well, houses cost money, right? Yeah, Christine, let's think about that. Then they talk about Christmas and how much fun it was being together for Christmas. And Garrison says that next year they can have Christmas there at this house that he just bought. And this whole thing feels very weird to me that they're having this conversation in front of Gwen, who on her podcast has said that neither her father nor her mother invited her for Christmas. Oops. Just feels a little weird to be talking about how much fun they had in the rental. Plus, does she live in Flagstaff? I mean, I think she does. I think that's why she's considering moving in with Garrison and Gabe, right? Why would that be that she was not invited to the Airbnb? That feels weird. Anyway, in Janelle's confessional, she said, our holidays are permanently altered from this point forward. I don't ever foresee spending another holiday with Cody. Yeah. Back to Mary's. Robin says to Mary, are you going to address the concern that you have? Mary, what concern? Robin looks at her like, come on, Mary. You know what I'm talking about. I assume she means the concern that Cody is going to think that she's leaving him in the marriage and the family, but she's not. Mary just said, no, I'm not going to. Why would I address the concern? And Robin goes, well, you wanted to make something specifically clear. So Mary, oh, fine. I didn't want Robin to think or you that it. And she's like looking at Robin, and Robin goes, no, don't. Mary, what? Why are you being so weird? Oh my God, you're all being so weird. This doesn't have to be so awkward, guys. Just say it. In Robin's confessional, she goes, I'm trying to get Mary to tell Cody that she's still committed, even though she's moving her businesses. And Cody needs to know it. Robin, just tell him what you want. And Mary goes, I'm not the one who's finalized anything. In her confessional, Mary said, I don't have a problem telling Cody, but I think Cody's going to have a problem hearing it. Robin, just say it. Oh my God, somebody say it, please. This is driving me nuts. So Mary turns to Cody and she goes, this does not mean that I'm leaving the family or you. Cody, oh, you're not smiling now, are you, horse ring boy? Yeah, things just took an ugly turn for you. Mary goes, so it's really just a business thing. In Cody's confessional, he goes, okay, good on you, Mary. This really has no effect on me either way. You're such a pig. I can't stand it. So he says to her, so Lizzie's is all about the fun family heritage thing. And if you're living there and running the business from there, both businesses from there, is there a need for Lizzie's to continue? Or is it more of just like something that's special? I'm just trying to understand. What? I think what he's saying is, listen, there's something we don't know at home. That's what I think. I think maybe she has already talked about either, it sounds like, struggling to find somebody to help run Lizzie's, or maybe Lizzie's is not bringing in the money it should. I'm speculating all this because this is nothing that's been on the show, so I don't know. But the things that Cody is saying sound like he's suggesting, why don't you just make that your home? And since you're living there and running your LuLaRoe business out of there, maybe that would bring enough money that you don't have to rent out Lizzie's. I think that's what he's saying. So Robin looks at Cody and she says, I'm going to say this to you and you're going to download it into your hard drive. Okay. Is that how she's the Cody whisperer? Oh, God. This house is sentimental. and it doesn't matter what it is. And Cody goes, I understand. Robin, do you? Because you keep talking business-like. And Cody goes, no. Having the house, keeping the house and the family is the important thing. In his confessional, he goes, I'm just questioning what she's doing. In my mind, I'm wondering, why is she living in Flagstaff? Yeah, that's what it is. He's being very practical about it. And he's right. The most important thing is she wanted Lizzie's heritage to be back in the family because it's been in her family for like 4 generations. So to him, it's like having the house is the important thing. Not that it's being run as a B&B, but just that the house belongs back in the family. So I kind of get where he's going with this and why he's confused. But Mary says, from day one, I didn't buy this house for me to live in or to move out and leave the family and, leave you and move up there. That was never the intention, even if you wish it was, Cody. So Cody goes, yeah, that's not what I'm saying you're saying. And Mary goes, I know, but you've always kind of implied it. And Cody goes, I don't think that's what's going on. And Robin goes, but why would she have the house sit there empty if she's not going to rent it as a business? Cody, no, that's not what I'm saying. You're misunderstanding me. I'm saying move into the house, use it more. Robin, she doesn't want to move into the house. That's the point. So Cody goes, you're just being forced to move into it? Again, it's almost comical how they keep not understanding each other. But I do kind of get what Cody's saying in a way. Robin goes, she's not moving into it. Well, here's where I kind of understand Cody. She is actually. While she's up there, she's not renting another house up there. So it's not like she's going to own a house in Flagstaff, a house in Parowan, a B&B in Parowan, and her LuLaRoe business. No, when she's up in Parowan, she will be living in one of the rooms at the B&B. But it's not her home, right? Her home is Flagstaff with her family that doesn't want her there. So, Robin's like, she's not moving into it. And Cody goes, you're running your business out of it. And Robin goes, yes, but she's not moving into it. In Mary's confessional, she said, I'm still getting a house here in Flagstaff, a smaller house, and I will be living here. Some people have multiple homes, and so do polygamous men, and they live in both of them, usually. Yeah. So Mary said, I'm living in one room while I stay there. In her confessional, she said, he doesn't seem to remember that when my mom was alive and running the inn, she lived in the inn in a room. Well, she's not living in that room right now, so that's where I will be living. It's like not taking away from one of the rooms that they rent out to the public, is what Mary's saying. In Cody's confessional, he goes, I still don't understand. She's moving into one room. She has both of her businesses up there. And the only reason she's moving to Flagstaff is to have a remote relationship with Robin and me? No, I think you pretty much got it. I think you do understand. So Mary gets a little fire in her belly now. And she says, to be honest, I don't know for sure what I want. I don't want to live there. I don't want to live in Utah. Since the second we got kicked out, I have said I don't want to live in Utah. And I don't want you to think that I'm walking away because, sorry, but I still have hope, okay? And at this point, with the house and the businesses, it causes me more anxiety than you will ever know. And now she's tearing up. She wishes he would care, but she can see that he doesn't. In Cody's confessional, he said, what I'm seeing is Robin being an advocate of me and Mary reconciling our marriage. And they are making me very uncomfortable. I have one wife that I have a great relationship with, and I'm afraid that if I abandon these other women, that she'll lose respect for me. Okay, so that's it. He won't put Mary out of her misery because he's afraid Robin will leave him, maybe? I don't know. That's beyond cruel. All right, moving on, finally. We are in Flagstaff with Christine, who is in town for Janelle's birthday. Now, I don't know this offhand, but I have by listening to other YouTubers and this amazing podcast that you guys all need to be listening to. It is called Sister Wives, Love Should Be Multiplied and Not Divided, I think. And it's this couple that do the podcast, and they are hilarious. Fair warning, they're kind of raunchy. They're very raunchy. But they are so funny, and I can't get enough. You guys will love them. But anyway, I think I heard it on their podcast that Janelle's birthday is in May. So we must already be in May, which feels like kind of a jump, because for a while there it was like, oh my God, we're in 2021, it's Thanksgiving. And then the last thing I remember was maybe March. I don't remember, but it seems like we jumped quite a bit here. So Christine is in town for Janelle's birthday, and she has been talking to Maddie, Janelle's daughter, who told her that Janelle was going on a date with Cody for her birthday. Now, I'm not sure I'm buying this, but in Janelle's confessional, she said that she's still very angry with Cody about his not seeing Savannah and, etc., the stuff with her sons. Side note, did he ever give Savannah a second Christmas? Even though it was late, remember he said, I will give her a Christmas. It'll be late, but I'll do it. I wonder if he did. I bet he didn't. Anyway, so yeah, she says that even though she's still angry about all that, if she compartmentalizes things, that then on a very superficial level, she can hang out with Cody and have fun. So when he called her about her birthday and asked her if she wanted to go out, she thought, yeah, okay, it's better than just sitting at home and watching TV. Is it though? This is worrisome to me. I mean, we know that in current days they are not together, but still. Also, what about Christine? She came into town to take you out for your birthday. You're just going to leave her hanging? She's sitting in a hotel somewhere. I wonder if she knew that Christine was coming. I don't know. Anyway, in Christine's confessional, she said, as far as I know, Janelle still loves Cody, but I think her kids are pretty frustrated with him. It's a weird place. I just told Maddie, I want your mom to be happy. And if it's staying in Flagstaff or staying with Cody, I'll support her decision. Yeah, you will hate it though. You might support Janelle, but I think if it's supporting her staying with Cody, you would be doing that very reluctantly. Okay, back to Mary's. Jeez, it's not over yet. How are we still having this conversation that could have been a 3-second text? I'm moving my business to Parowan. Cool. Done. Cody's confessional, he said, Mary doesn't know what she wants, but she's asking me. She's telling me stuff. I'm just going to throw out ideas. She doesn't know. I've been trying to guess what Mary wants for 33 years, and she never knows. Okay, I can only imagine what his ideas are. Right? I know, Mary. How about saving some money and not buying a house in Flagstaff? So what he does say is, Mary, do you have any ability to do something crazy with Coyote Pass really fast? Like build a casita like Janelle was going to do? Oh my God. I think... All right, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Mary says, Cody, according to you, we can't do anything like that until we divide the property and pay it off. In Cody's confessional, he's like, I wasn't talking about right now, but, let's get it paid off and then you can build on it. Yeah, I get it now. He wants Mary to sell her big house that they're standing in right now and use that money to pay off Coyote Pass. I don't know what they still owe on it. I don't know what Mary could get for her house. I don't know any of that. Wait a minute. Is Mary just renting her house? Shoot, I can't remember. She might just be renting. All right, so then I guess he's just wondering if she has LuLaRoe money saved up. Whatever it is, I'm quite sure that Cody's suggestion involves Mary's money paying off Coyote Pass. I don't know it. I just know it. Cody says to her, I don't know if you know where Janelle's at, but like she was living out there in an RV and then she didn't want to spend the winter out there. So now she's in an apartment. So you wouldn't want to live out there in an RV, would you? And I'm not suggesting you should. I'm just asking, like, would you? Just, like while they're building your house by chance? In Mary's confessional, she's like, hell no. There's no way I'm going to live in an RV. Of course. I mean, nobody could understand why Janelle wanted to do it. In Robin's confessional, talk about delusional. See, this is why I have hope. Because Mary is still part of Cody's big picture. Oh, God. Her wallet is part of his big picture. And Cody doesn't know what to do with her. Okay? He's spitballing here. He's trying to put her out at Coyote Pass, off into the woods in a camper. Well, that's not the only great idea Cody has. Because now he says, I have an idea. I want to build a barn dominium out there on Coyote Pass. I want a place where I can put my car that I only drive in the summer. Just and my stuff. In his confessional, he explains that a barn dominium is basically like a giant garage or barn that has an apartment in it, like a loft. So it's like a condominium, but a barn. Cody goes, it's a metal building that goes up fast. I'd get a permit for the loft, put it in, and then you could live in the loft. See, Mary, you're part of his future plans. In Mary's confessional, she said, so basically he just wants to store me out there with all the other extra stuff that he has that he doesn't want to look at. Yeah, what do you think of that plan, Robin? What would you think if he suggested you live in a barn, Robin? Would you still think you're part of his future? Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, now Cody seems to be complaining about how when Christine left and then Janelle moved into the RV, that he lost 2 places to store stuff. So yeah, that's the purpose of this barn dominium. He needs a place to store all his crap, and yes, that includes you, Mary. Mary's like, I get that he thinks this is such an amazing, gracious, brilliant idea, but it's just insulting. Of course it is. He would never suggest that Robin do something like that. It's just not, he does not think of you as a wife. So yeah, Mary's done with this barn dominium conversation. She's like, yeah, I just think it would make more sense for me to move into a smaller house. In Cody's confessional, he says, I see the writing on the wall again. I think that's why they named this episode after that. That's in his phrase of the week calendar. Yeah, I see the writing on the wall with me and Murray, but whenever I try to discuss it with her, she's resistant. Yeah, I don't believe he has ever tried to discuss it with her. I don't. He says, it's not really fair to either of us, but as long as she wants to live in denial, I guess I can live there with her. Yeah, and that's the only place he'll consider living with Mary. So then Cody says, so I'm not worried about you, Mary. Yeah, we know. And I'm not going to say, no, don't leave. Yeah, we know. Because I don't think you will. As much as I pray for it, as hard as I wish for it, every birthday, when I blow out the candles, I don't think you're ever going to leave. So don't worry. Okay, so Robin has a little bit of a different story now. She says that she told Mary that if it would make her happier to leave, that she would support her. And Mary said, don't ever say that, Robin. Because I need you to tell me that there's still hope. She said, I need you to always be fighting for our relationship because there are days when I'm too weak to continue fighting. I need someone else to fight. And I said, okay. Still dry? Oh. Yeah, how are either of you fighting? I keep saying this, but I need this explained to me. You mean by not leaving? Is that the fight? All right, next, it is time for Janelle and Cody's date. Yes. In Cody's confessional, he said, it's Janelle's birthday, and I literally have reservations at the nicest restaurant in all of Arizona. But it's a secret. Is it Salsa Brava? Because that's not a secret. He seems pretty excited. He says it's been almost 6 months since their fight, and this date is like an experiment to see if they can start fresh. Janelle looks at it like it's just a nice way to get out of the house. She just wants to have fun. She wants it to be easy. So she gets in the car and he says to her, if you wanted to go to the best restaurant in all of Arizona, where would it be? And she's like, would it be like Mariposa or something? Cody, it would be Mariposa. Janelle, is that what we're going? Cody's like, yep. And Janelle's like, honey, thank you. Cody's like, yeah, that's why I dress nice, because I don't like to go to that place unless I'm in slacks. Oh, I wonder what he did for Mary's birthday. Mary, there's a small apartment above my mechanic's garage. We could heat up some Hot Pockets in the microwave. Happy birthday, Mary. So, Cody just feels like the man for scoring these reservations, and he is pretty full of himself. He is excited. Like, are we going to kiss after this date? I don't know. Did you get a Christmas present for Savannah? This is frustrating. I can only imagine how Christine feels. So Janelle turns off the cameras when they're in the car because, they can be a bit intrusive. She just wanted to have a relaxed evening and, have fun for her birthday. Yeah, and also you probably didn't want us to know that you kissed him. And also, unlike Salsa Brava, Mariposa probably doesn't allow filming inside. So I guess they had a fun time and then they went home. Janelle says in her confessional that at one point she slipped her hand into his out of habit and she thought, this feels really weird. So she took her hand back and it just didn't feel right anymore, she said. Cody doesn't understand why they can't reconcile. He wants to feel like he's a person to her and not an object. Oh, God. Enough with that. Why? He still thinks Janelle just looks at him like he's a juicy steak. I honestly don't think that's what's happening, dude. In any case, that is where we end this episode. Okay, as always, if you liked this recap, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. If you click on the bell icon, you'll be notified every time I post something new. Just as a reminder, I am an Amazon affiliate. And if you happen to be an Amazon shopper already and you go to the description box below this video and click on any one of my links you see there, that will take you to Amazon. You could then purchase whatever you want. It does not even have to be the link that got you there. I will get a small percentage of any qualifying purchases that you make. So thank you in advance for that. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.